conversation here, talking about arts and culture in South Africa. Minister, just before we go to the floor, a tweet has come through. He says, artists who sing about injustices under the ANC are not booked at arts festivals. Only Chomi and Beyonce. Are you giving everyone a fair shake?
No, it can't be true.
Okay, that's a good enough answer for me. It's not true. All right, table number 10, Salati.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. What I'd like to ask from the minister is, what do you do to sustain youth projects with emphasis to children development artistic projects? Thank you.
Okay, very brief answer.
Yes, art education is important, and that's the start of everything. And I'm glad to say that from the point of view of the governing party in its own meeting, decided that let us enforce that and have art education. As it has been said, that the professor has said, that art education is found in schools, but in some schools, not in all schools. Arts and culture, people see it as an add-on thing. So we are placing it centrally to the education's life.
Okay. All right. So that's a good point to come back to you, Prof. A year and a half ago, you said that arts and culture has become the dumping ground of failure and political appeasement. Do you still hold by that statement, or have things improved in the last year?
I can't remember ever writing that. But I think one of the omissions in the earlier white paper is there isn't a section on youth, although the ministry itself has a youth program, youth development program. The policy is relatively silent about the role of integrating youth in society through arts and culture. And I think we must place an emphasis on that going forward. Also, the question of cultural diplomacy, we tend to favor seasons in London and in France, which is fine because we don't want to operate in isolation, but we need to strengthen our ties through cultural representatives across the African continent.
Okay.
And have festivals in different regions and in South Africa focusing on the continent.
Okay, wonderful. Moja Diamonds, table 1.
Sanborn.
Hola.
Mr. Minister, now I'm talking on two caps as an independent film producer and a community theatre art director. I hear you saying you guys need solutions. We do have solutions, Mr. Minister, through community arts, through community theatre, and through films and documentaries. But now the challenge is we do not have access to assistance. The truth is, by the end of this session, we'll go home still empty-handed. What we would love, it's an opportunity to come, because some of us have been applying for over 3 years. No funding has come through, not even a letter that says, we did not fund you because you did not write your name correctly. It's just that you don't get funding, and it ends there.
Okay, Minister.
Maybe let me start quickly with what the Prof said, and I acknowledge actually the reason why we have the reference group was to come and fill the gaps in some of the areas. So I acknowledge what he said about cultural diplomacy, which is about people-to-people relations. Is correct. We started in France and UK, but you also know that the past week I've been touring the continent, particularly on the cultural diplomacy. Algeria, Ethiopia, Western Sahara. Will be going to other countries as well, including the BRICS member countries. So that is being taken. Let me answer this question this way. Arts and culture is one department which is least funded in government. And I think we should get that very clear from the beginning. And to be specific, it's given 3 billion rands per annum. And 80% of that goes to the entities. We have 27 entities in arts and culture. So you will have to make do with the billion rands to 52 million people, South Africans. I can say that not everybody is going to get funding, unfortunately. That's why we are pursuing our relationship with the private sector. And there are areas where we are collaborating with them. But if there is a specific unfairness, that would be taken on board. But I just want to make it clear so that people don't leave the room and hope that everybody is going to be getting funding. Because in the consultations we are having right now on the white paper, the issue of funding is coming up strongly, which we are doing our best. And if there are ideas also in how we are dispersing the very little we have, we would welcome those kind of suggestions to strengthen. But I don't want people to say, Minister came to Peter Ndoro's show and said he's going to fund us. Look at us now. All of us are not funded. And it's not true that people, everybody is not getting funds from government.
Unfortunately, we've run out of time, and it is the kind of conversation that we could have for hours, and unfortunately we don't have hours, but perhaps we can revisit this, particularly as we get closer and closer to finalising the white paper. But for today, I just want to say thank you very much indeed, Minister Nathi Mthethwa, Minister of Arts and Culture. Thank you so much for joining us. Mum Dorothy Masuka, thank you very much indeed for more than 60 years of amazing music. Your contribution has been felt, enjoyed. Thank you so much indeed for your thoughts. Professor Andries Oliphant, thank you very much indeed. Your wisdom and again your contribution, particularly towards policy, thank you so much. And another legend, thank you so much indeed, who outshone Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles. Babsy Mlangeni, thank you very much indeed, Sir. Thank you for your thoughts. And for you at home, thank you so much for being part of this conversation. We certainly look forward to you joining us in the next one, and perhaps another one in the near future with particularly a focus on arts and culture. But from all of us here in Woodmead, have a great day, everybody, and don't forget to be kind to our women and our children this month. Thank you very much and goodbye.
Well, Peter, I think you've thanked everybody, save yourself. So thank you so much for facilitating such an important discussion.